Welcome to my mom's little show. And I'm James, and I'm 4.
Hey guys, it's that time! It is time to answer all of your questions, answer some of my questions, and I get to draw the winner. But before I get there, we have to do some stuff first. First off, I want to thank a couple people. They didn't do videos to my little contest, but they did say some really nice stuff in one of their videos. First up, I want to thank Allie Reads Books. In one of her videos, she congratulated me on hitting 150, and she said some really nice stuff, which really made my day that day. If you don't know who she is, I highly recommend you to go find her and check her out. She's just a big ball of fun. She's really bubbly and everything, so go check her out. And next, I want to thank Armin from the Comic Book Cast. In my video, my 150 subscriber video, he commented and said that he was going to give me a shout out on his next video. When I read that, I thought it was going to be like a little shout out, but it wasn't. It was more than what I thought it was going to be. He said some really nice stuff, and to get recognition from him was a big deal to me. So, and if you haven't checked out his videos, or you don't know who he is, most of you should, but if you don't, go check him out. Now let's get to the part where I answer all of your questions. Alright, these, I was screwed up. These are all the people that made a video and asked me some questions. If you want to skip to your answer, just click your name. Just kidding. I have no idea how to do that. Sorry. So first up, the first question from Punisher88 is, what is my favorite Marvel or DC one-on-one throwdown? I would have to choose. My favorite throwdown would be the final battle between Wonder Woman and the Firstborn, which took place at the end of the Azarello chain run. That battle holds a special place in my heart, only because it the Azarello and chain run is where I began to read is where I began to read comics. That battle just brought it to an awesome end. What does she think she's doing? Editing a video. She's supposed to be drawing a winner. Is it supposed to be rigged or something? Don't worry, calm down. There will be a long video at the end, and that's where she picks the winner. So relax, calm, breathe. Second question is from Sarah Smash. The question is, if you can be any comic book character, who would you choose? Right here is where I would snap my fingers and be Wonder Woman. But I'm too lazy to do that right now. Maybe I will put a picture somewhere up here. And if I don't, just ignore for what I'm doing right here. So yeah. But my answer would be Wonder Woman. Ooh. Maybe the chick from Lady Killer. Question number 3 is from the great Sean Reyes. His question was, if I had total creative control, what comic book series would you like to write, and who would be your dream collaborative team be? My first thought would be Wonder Woman, but I don't want to mess that up. So I thought maybe do something that doesn't have like a lot of history. Maybe like Gotham Academy would be really cool. And as for my dream collaborative team would be, if I heard that question correctly, that would make me the writer, and that would means I would have to pick an artist. So that artist that I would choose would have to be the great Sean Reyes. Question number 4 is from Comic Guy 93. I'm the first video that he's made, so that made me really, happy. So he has 2 questions. The first question is, if I had to pick between DC or Marvel, who would I pick and what hero or villain from a series? Now, if I understand his question correctly, it would mean that I would have to pick a character from a series, either from Marvel or DC. I would have to pick Wonder Woman, the Wonder Woman series, and hope she gets a better creative team. And the second part of his questions if I had to choose between Deadpool or Deathstroke, who would I choose? And my answer would be Deadpool, only because I'm learning about both of them, so I kind of am leaning toward Deadpool only because he seems really funny. And question number 5 is from Travis, Oddfellas Thoughts, and his question was one of those deep and personal questions. His question was, what is my middle name? I actually got a kick out of this question, only because I don't have just one middle name, I have 2. And during high school, when people found out my full name, they said it sounded like a stripper name. And my real first name is Satin, and then my middle name is Mercedes Ann. So my full name is Satin Mercedes Ann, and then my last name is Thompson. Question number 6 is from Tom Ray, aka Wonky Ninja, aka a really cool dude. His question was, if I can go anywhere in the world, where would I go? I would choose Egypt. I've always wanted to ride a camel. I've been fascinated with the Egyptian cultures, and Stargate is one of my favorite movies. And question number 7 is from CarnageMan99. He asked, I'm going to go with the English version because I can't speak French. So, his question was, where do you think you're going to be in a year? How many subscribers am I going to have? And am I going to develop more videos, shows, and team-ups with people? I definitely want to be making more videos in that year. And as for subscribers, right now I'm at 250. Maybe within that year I'll probably get up to 252. And as for shows, I definitely have a lot of ideas in my head that I've got to work out a little bit. And then for team-ups, it's one of my goals to get onto the comic book roundtable or stuff like that. Question number 8 is from Comic Book Aesthete. His question is, what comic books do I read to my kid? Usually when I'm reading a comic book, sometimes this little one over here comes in and it'll ask me to read it. And I will. Except for one of those really messed up ones. But mostly read anything, so. Anyways, he has his own little comic collection. And I don't know if you can. He's got a lot, and he's reading one right now too. So, but his favorite ones out of the ones that we get, the ones that we get are usually like the free comics from Comic Book Day. But the ones that he likes the most are the little books that you would usually get in the cereal boxes, and they are the little Justice League. Can you hold yours up real quick? Like this. Turn around, like that. So those are the ones that he mostly wants me to read all the time. So, question number 9 comes from T-Biz. He is a good example of why I love these contests. I didn't realize I was subscribed to him until he made the video. So now I am subscribed to him, and it's got a cool little channel. The question he asked is, if you're going to create a comic or superhero, what would that comic or superhero be? For this to answer, I thought long and hard for this, and the only thing that came up was the Disney princesses with superpowers. Question number 10 comes from the Bagging and Boarding Bad Boy. And his question was, do I watch cartoons? And what is my favorite as a child? I definitely watch cartoons. Like, I love cartoons. That's the best part about having a kid, is it's an excuse to watch cartoons all day long. Now, picking a favorite, I can't just pick one. So I will name a few. There is Johnny Bravo, SWAT Cats, PB&J Otter, let's see, Roly Poly Oly, Powerpuff Girls, Cat Dog, and Ed and Eddie. Ed, Eddie. Yeah. Question 11 comes from Collector's Edge. And his question was, what made me start collecting comics? And what is my most prized comic or holy grail comic? The thing that got me started collecting, I covered in my Azzarello and Chang love letter video, but it would have to be this one. You know, it's got a cover price of $1. Like, it's a reprint. But this would also have to fall under my prized comics. You know, it holds a whole a place near my heart for it too. So now, by Holy Grail, do you mean like a comic book that I would really love to have? That comic book would be the Uncanny X-Men 130. It's the first appearance of Dazzler. Question number 12 comes from Sarge America, and his question is, what's the one series that needs to stop? The current Wonder Woman series? Let's just end it, start over, and get to volume 5. Question number 13 comes from Punkhead66, and his question is, what character do I hate in the comic book world? And how would I kill this character? These are one of those hard questions. There's not a lot of people I don't like in the comic book world. But if I would have to choose one, in the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic run that's going on right now, it would have to be Casey Jones' dad. Because in that run, he's kind of a prick. So, and then the way I would kill him off is have Shredder, like, betray him, like, actually stab him in the back. Question number 14 comes from Adam Day. And his question is, if you had to persuade one of your family members to get into comic books, what book would you give them to sway them? I think I would have to pick Fiction Squad, only because it shows you how fun comics could be and how crazy twists there can be also. And also it won't be like there's not a lot of stuff going on to get you confused. Question number 15 is from the super sexy Mac Hammer. His question is, how did I get into wrestling? Who are some of my favorite wrestlers? And do I have the same passion as I used to? How I got into wrestling? Let me explain. I was one of those annoying people that made fun of wrestling without ever watching it, until I met a guy. And I made fun of him because he liked wrestling. And he showed me a ladder match one day with the Hardy Boys. And forever then, my mind was changed. And since then, I've loved wrestling. Some of the characters, or some of the wrestlers I like. And obviously, it is CM Punk. You know, he's an amazing entertainer. And he's also straight edge. Like, because my family doesn't do alcohol or do drugs or smoke or anything like that, and so I respect him for that. And then the Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff Hardy. They were my introduction into wrestling, and they are like hardcore. They take like the wrestling to the next level and do crazy stuff. And then Rey Mysterio. How do you say it? You know, he's super small, but he can do everything everybody else can do, and I like him. And then Zack Ryder. I love Zack Ryder. I love his theme. I'm sorry, I like. To me, I think Zack Ryder should have like a big push. But that's just me. And as for having the same passion as I used to, I don't think so. You know, back then I would watch Raw, TNA, SmackDown all the time. But then I started watching less and less and less, and you know, I never missed a pay-per-view back then, and I still haven't missed a pay-per-view. But I'm just tired of seeing Brock Lesnar. But definitely I want to try to get to go to more live shows, you know, just to get autographs and pictures. And also, I've only been to 2 live shows. One of them was a house show, and then the other one is the Bound for Glory 2012. And actually, if you get the DVD and look really closely in the menu screen, I'm there with my hands up like this, wearing my Hardy shirt and my Hardy gloves, or sleeves, sorry. And then if you play it, I'm in the audience too. So, yeah. Question number 16 is from Francis McMenamin. And he asked, what do I do for a living? Nothing. Question number 17 comes from Tylox the Mighty. And he asked, what comic book character do I most identify with and why? I really can't think of anybody right now. Yeah, I can't think of anybody. Question number 18 is from Stacy Poole S. She asked, how many movies do I own, and what is my favorite movie? What movies? Blu-rays, I only have 191. And as for DVDs, as you can see, I have 1,459. Plus I have these 4. I haven't counted them here yet because I haven't finished them yet. And then, okay, so if I add these 4 to all of it, it comes out to 1,654. As for my favorite movie, I couldn't just pick one, so I picked a couple. The first one I've mentioned once in a video, so that is Labyrinth. I can sit there and watch this and sing the songs in this word by word. Next one is Franklin. I don't know if you can see it. It's a trippy movie, but it's really good. I really like this one. The next one is The Phantom of the Opera. It's the same thing with the Labyrinth. I could sit here and do word by word for the songs and everything too. So, V for Vendetta. These movies I've watched millions of times, and I can do word by word. I just love them. I can sit there and watch them over and over again. But this one I like too. So, and then I have 2 copies of Dread. One of them is from TV Little House. They send me a little signed one. And I've got the Blu-ray for it. Question number 19 is from my good friend Monty, collector of stuff. And his question is, when am I going to do a video on my movies? And what is the best smelling comic book? And as for doing videos on my movies, well, I kind of just did one. No, but seriously, I'm just trying to figure out a way and how to do it, you know, to do it like a fun way. But eventually, I will get one done. Or maybe 2. And as for the best smelling book, I would believe it would be IDW. Hands down, it is IDW. And question number 20 is from Running with Comics. Excuse me, guys. And his question is, do I read graphic novels? And if so, what is my favorite? First off, let me just say, I get confused with what is considered as a graphic novel. I haven't read many, but I plan on reading more later. But I'm gonna go through a few that I read and loved. The first one would be the Wonder Woman one. When I started, let's see, hold on. I started getting the single issues, and because I was like 2 years after, you know, it began and everything, so I had to catch up. But as I began to get the single issues, it kind of got a little expensive, so I had to get a trade, sorry. And I like this one because it's hardback. I've always wanted to do that. Next up, I have just another trade. It is Serenity, Those Left Behind. Before I read this, I watched the whole Firefly series, and then I read this, and then I watched all of Serenity, or I watched the Serenity movie, sorry. And this just like made it fit all together in a way. And then just another trade would be The Death of Superman. I read this in the beginning, like when I first started reading comics, and I remember loving it. But I think I'm gonna have to read it again, only because I can only remember the end. And the end just, you know, brought me to tears, and it was sad. But I'm just gonna have to read it again. And the one true graphic novel that I read would be Batman Ghosts. I meant to do a video on this, but I haven't gotten around to do it yet, but I will do it. you know, it's like a Halloween version of the Christmas Carol, and I really love it. Question number 21 is from Damien, Sleepy Reader 666. He has 2 questions for me. The first question is, do I read comics with my significant other? And then his second question is, if I was single and there were 2 guys, if I were single and there were 2 guys, what could I do with 2 guys? Me, single, and 2 guys. Call me. No, but seriously, his second question was, if I was single and there were 2 guys, and one liked comics and the other didn't, but were almost equal, who would I choose? To answer your first questions, sorry ladies, yes, there is a Mr. Mercy's Little Show. And he does read comics. When he was younger, he read comics, and then there for a little while he didn't read them. And then I started reading comics, and then I would have him read my comics, and then now he reads comics when he can. To answer your second question, I would prefer the guy who reads comics, only because it would be nice to have like a little, like a thing that you can talk about and you can share with your significant other. Question number 22 is from Johnny DaCosta, and his questions are, what is your favorite toys? Do I collect toys? Growing up, I loved the Bratz dolls. I still have a pretty cool collection. All of these are in the box and everything. You know, the boxes are a little bit damaged, and I also have some loose dolls and accessories. Question number 23 is from Comics with Colors, and his question is, do I like oranges? I was going to get an orange, but so I can do something funny. But the only thing I have in this town is a gas station and a dollar store, and they don't sell oranges. But to answer your question, yes, I do like oranges. Question number 24 is from Reedham Stephen, and his question is, who is your favorite actor or actress, and top 3 movies with that actor or actress? To answer your question, my favorite actor is kind of like my favorite color. It changes every day depending on what mood I'm in. But today, my favorite actor is Karl Urban. And I've picked the top 3 movies. Number 3 is Doom. Number 2 is Priest. And then number 1 is Dread. And then finally, the last question, which is number 25, is from ScottX1307. And his question is, what is your favorite fast food place? The valley I live in has just as many fast food places as there is people who live here. But my favorite restaurant is not here in where I live. But I do make sure that when I go out of town, like to the big city, I eat there. And my favorite fast food place is In-N-Out Burger. I just wanted to take a moment to thank all 25 of you that entered my contest. It's more than what I thought was going to enter. But, and I didn't even tell you guys what the prize was going to be. I'm still not gonna. But, yeah, thank you guys. Let me just say that your guys' questions, or answers to my questions, were a lot better than what I can come up with. Hi, honey. Oh. But a lot of the answers, let's see, Oni Press is what was popular. I don't think I own an Oni Press. but I'm gonna have to go and check it out and probably get one later on. And then for the variant themes, come on, Charlie. The most popular one was like a gender swap or like a cross dress. I thought those were really cool. Alrighty guys, it's time to get down to business and enough with that crazy editing. I am here to answer all of my questions that I asked you guys, but I will answer them. So, real quick, let me grab my, where is it? No? My phone is weird. Let's see. Where'd it go? I had it, there it is. Okay. Alright. Okay, so my first question was, what is the first comic you ever bought? Okay. The first question, or the comic that I bought, the first one, when I bought this one, it was the first time that I ever walked into a comic shop. So, and it is the Wonder Woman Annual number 7. And then, the comic that I was given was the Stephen King Creepshow. This is just a little preview, but we're going backwards though, so we're good. And while I'm answering the questions, I'm gonna cut your names and then put them. This is my hat today. Iron Patriot. So they're gonna go in here. So. Okay, we like that then. Okay, so first off, I do want to apologize because I am going to cut them out and I will show you them. So if you can't see it, I'm sorry. I tried writing a little bit bigger than what I normally do so you can see it. Okay, so question number 2 is if you had to make a team up between 2 heroes who never had an ongoing together before, who would you pick? Real quick, this one is Punisher 88. Scramble it up and stick it in there. Stay. 2 that I would have to pick is Flash and Robin. Only because I'm a mother and I have to make my son a little, happy, so I would have to choose those 2. This one is Punkhead 66. And this one is Sergeant America. Collector's Edge. Adam Day. Comic Guy 93. Oddfellows Thoughts. Oh, sorry. Oddfellows Thoughts. Okay, and then Sarah Smash. Then we've got, let me do this real quick. Get away. Okay. Next up we have Sean Reyes. Matt Hammer. He didn't want to be entered, so yeah. T-Biz. There's T-Biz. In case you didn't see that, I threw my camera at you. Okay, next up we have Running with Comics. The comic book Aesthete. The Begging and Boarding Bad Boy. And then Johnny DaCosta. Oh, let's see, okay. What is your favorite current comic series? My favorite current comic series is the Judge Dredd right now. Because I like Judge Dredd and yeah. So that would be my favorite. Oh, no! I hate when cutting doesn't go your way. Okay. We'll fix that in a minute. And we got Sleepy Reader 666. Scott X 1307. Comic with Colors. Carnage Man 99. Collector stuff. This is very hard when you try to do it with one hand. It's hard for me. Okay, question number, 4. I was gonna go for 3. I already asked for 3. Marvel, DC, and Image no longer exist. You can only get your comics from one of the remaining publishers. Who do you choose? Hands down, I would have to pick IDW because mostly everything that I'm reading right now is IDW. Tylox the Mighty. And I am so sorry. Yours is the one that ripped, Francis McManaman. So, I'm really sorry. Okay. Just wanted to make sure it didn't rip anymore. And then Stacy Poulos. Okay, and then question number 5. If you had to choose a theme for a DC variant cover month, what do you choose? I would have to do a Cliff Chiang art cover because I have a wet on for, Cliff Chiang. Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Next up is Tom Ray. And here you go. And Rhythm Steven. Okay. Now is the time for me to shake it. Shake a little more. Shake it a little more. And then I will feel like I'm tossing salad. Got it. Okay. So the winner is If you want to leave me your address, your name and your address and where you live in the comments below, you can. Or you can send them on Twitter. Just, yeah, your name, your address, and where you live. Congratulations. Thank you. Bye. Real quick, Scott, I know I told you to put all of your information in the comments down below. Do not listen to me. I'm sorry. Send me a message on Twitter. Just give me your name, your address, and where you're from. And I want to thank everybody for entering my contest. And also, real quick, it might take me a little while to get your package out because I have to wait for a couple of stuff to add to the prize. So, but yeah, I will let you know when I will send that off to you. Plus, congratulations again.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So, if you did like this video, please give a like up, and subscribe. You can also follow me on Twitter at Mercy's Little Show, no W. Bye guys.